How about if I speak English about my story with learning how to speak English? I grew up in Abha in Saudi Arabia, and I went to a private school called Manarat. English was being taught from first grade. I grew up liking the language. I grew up liking the fact that I am speaking both English and Arabic. My English wasn't that great. I remember I went to Orman school in Egypt, and it's a governmental school. So I didn't really work on my English until I got the access to the internet. And I started engaging with a lot of Americans. Since then, my English started getting into a significant improvement, And I like to think that learning a language, regardless of what language is, gives you a lot of insight about life, not just the fact that, don't just take the surface level way, but think about how the language has been constructed. How do people think? If they construct language in that sense, how do they think in general? Because a lot of the gems, the secrets of the universe, you can find inside languages. How can that be? It's because how humans articulated their experiences in life was through language, was through words, was through books, and that carries what they would think is an honest translation of their feelings and their experiences into next generations. So when you access a language, you open a horizon of knowledge for yourself, and that's what I've experienced with English, and that's why I try all the time to brush my English. I still have a lot of a lot of mistakes. I have an accent, but at the end of the day, it gets better and better. Another thing to think about, as we spoke about language, when you add another language, you also carry a lot of the cultural, context in it. So, for example, I like to think that because of the nature of American people who are more pragmatic, English is a more pragmatic language. So you can benefit from that pragmatism in your own way of thinking. When you think in English, you think in a more pragmatic way.